with Oji Mamon as UST will be fielding in familiar names, but the biggest change in the starting lineup. Meanwhile, for LaSalle, familiar suspects, and we're going to see how these names will an easy answer coming from Valera. Kicks things off for UST. Serve now comes from Chris Hernandez. Picked up there by JJ Macam. They go up to the opposite side. That is tipped over, and that works for Sherwin Umandal. And what's important here for Coach Oji Mamon is the learnings that they've learned from that first game. He said that first game is all about benchmarking. Valera is denied by Usaini. Ibanez, binilisan, gets that one through. Hindi pa siya fully expressive of his emotions. Rui Ventura for that serve. Umandal, cross court, chance ball UST. Let's see what they'll do. Ducks goes up to the open side. Ibanez with an angle. Looking for a check. They do get one. Umandal with that serve. Regidor goes up to the open side. The push coming from Umandal. They go up to the back. Rui. Coverage is there. They pop this up. Chance ball UST. Let's see what Ducks will do. He goes to the quick. And that works for Katinsag.
That's the downside of giving.
Umandal now serves. Sharp serve. Flores saves that one. Pick up from UST. They go up to the back row. That works for JJ Macam.
But these are misreceives that give opportunities to the Golden Spikers to get their attacks in.
For those who are filling in the shoes, there's that pressure of course, playing a big game against UST. Ibanez, who is known for those big games, goes for the second try this time. Off the block. When it down, check that ball out.
Very smart of Josh Ibanez.
Service coming from Katinsag. Picked up there by Hernandez. Gloria sets us up to Hernandez. Hernandez off the block. Picked up by UST. Umandal from the back row. Regidor going up to Rui Ventura, marking a spot in the line.
He didn't get a lot of minutes in there. We know what Rui Ventura can do. That's what they missed.
Tough serve. Overdug. Macam and Valera conniving to prevent that ball from going across. Hernandez going for another serve. Oh, Ibanez with a rare shank pass.
We have 7 unforced errors each. We're just halfway through the set.
Half of both squads' points coming from errors. Ibanez chance ball picked up there by Rui. Regidor adjusting, and Magalaman gets his point.
Magalaman! Both ends of the court saw that opportunity to go for that power tip. Josh Ibanez wasn't able to chase after that block.
Gloria to serve. Picked up there by Alabar. To the block was Ibanez.
Josh Ibanez!
Really focusing on finding a checkout. Regidor going up to Ventura. A solid block there coming from Macam and Katinsag. As the serve from Magalaman comes in. Back row coming from Ibanez. Finding the right spot there. Playing it smart. Serve coming from Regidor. They go to a quick. Valera converts for UST. LaSalle. Hernandez going for his jump serve. Macam with a shank pass. Macam pushes that through. That checks in.
When you progress through the set, that's the time you need to build that consistency.
That's really true. That's push coming from Gloria. Hernandez with the first ball. Regidor chooses Gloria again. Gloria denied with a block. On the third try, it is Isa who hits it.
I love how Regidor changed. He didn't get the optimal placement of that pass, so he shifted his set to a different.
Serve now, coming from Husseini. Play, oh, that was tough for Alabar. Serve coming from LaSalle. They go up to Ibanez cross court. That is going to get a point.
That has been the cleanest.
As Ibanez now serves. Chance ball UST. Ducks, goes up to the pipe. LaSalle claims there's no check. Macam tries this time. Gloria with it first ball. They go up. To a push from Magallanes. Kept alive by UST. Ducks, Yambao! Closes the game.
Scrappy defense from the Golden Spikers to complete the set win. Great stretch from their libero. Keep that ball alive.
Heroics from both sides, but this time, even in the list, like which was the first name, the last name, as we start the second set. Speaking of Husseini,
so they just really have to focus on the other skill set categories to get that smooth flow.
and serving is part of that. We saw an awesome serve from LaSalle, but an awesome return coming from Josh Ibanez.
Both top scorers leading the way for their respective teams.
Wow. Husseini, that's his third straight serve. Ventura, he has been the spark of UST. Picked up by Macam. They go up to Mandal. First ball is good enough for a pipe play that converts. They got a wide range of options. And you know, the back row is harder to block also from the opposite side as we recognize that quick hit. Umandal to serve. Picked up coming from Gloria. They go up to Ventura. Off the blockers was Rui. Serve coming from Gloria. Picked up there by Legazpi. They go up to Umandal.
Yes, he also has their version of...
When you're inside the court, back row kayo ng back row. Kami naman.
Still 3 points down.
Josh to serve. Picked up there by Gloria. They go up to the open. Hernandez. Macam will answer to the blockers. Hernandez again. Oh, return to sender. Courtesy of Katinsag.
The balls as well. But for their middle blockers, they don't get a lot of opportunities.
Magalaman to serve. Shank pass. Point for LaSalle. That serve coming from UST. Regidor still able to set properly to Ventura and they convert. Husseini will try again. They lead by 3. Macam with that first ball. Ducks adjust. And Ibanez finds a spot in the end zone. Serve coming from Valera. They go up to Rui. Ducks going up to Macam from the back row. His third straight serve. Played by Hernandez. Regidor going up to Gloria. He's denied. Regidor going up to Gloria again. This time it gets through. Slicing through the blockers. Rui Ventura serving now. He has 4 points on attacks, 1 on block. Oh, solid block there from Fernandez. They go up to it quick. Kept alive by Legazpi. Oh.
Defense was not prepared. There was confusion on the floor between.
Umandal with that serve.
Tight pass.
Oh, you don't give an opportunity like that to Ibanez. Look at that again. Umandal with a tough serve. Overpass. Ibanez. And now the favors have changed. UST taking the charge. Flores having trouble with that first ball. Gloria adjusting. Yambao going to Umandal. That finds the line. UST starting to pick up on some confidence here.
Really puts pressure on them.
Gloria, oh, but the denial from UST's Katinsag and Yambao. Look at that.
Regidor just saved that ball. Big set papunta sa left. UST na papunta sila sa outside hitter.
They had the opportunity to really find that spot and cover it up as Ibanez goes cross-court. He's been going there. Now he's successful. UST with a 4-point lead. The answer now, Gloria stops the bleeding. Gloria with that serve, picked up by Ibanez. That push coming from Yambao. Yambao gets a second opportunity for a set and chooses Katinsag. That is Katinsag's 9 in total, just on the service line. Talking about faults. Ducks trying to be aggressive, and it becomes effective for you. Yambao now will serve. Overpass. Macam wins the joust. So now is coming from JJ Macam. Regidor goes up to the quick. Isa has been high percentage in the set. Coming from Chris Hernandez. Let's set up to Ventura.
It's not yet over, says Rui Ventura.
Legaspi puts it up for Ibanez. He's denied. Ball is still alive. It's unable to cross. Banggit will be serving. Picked up there by Legaspi. Yambao goes up to Ibanez with that push. Ibanez pushes that one again. That gets through. And that closes set number 2 in favor of UST. Big up to Josh, swiping that one through. Kept alive there by LaSalle. UST has chance here. Back row, Macam. John Macam. Serve coming from Regidor. Yambao going up to Umandal. Popped up by Flores. They go up to Hernandez. Oh, what a hit.
It's a tight one. Double block was already there. It was actually a 3-man block, but somehow he was able to target zone 1.
Serve coming from Regidor. They go up to an off-speed hit from Macam. Regidor chooses Hernandez off the blockers. Yambao puts this up for Umandal, who gets that one through. Chris Hernandez with that serve. Ducks goes up to that quick. That works for Trev Valera. However, the challenge is not to allow UST to regain control, because UST is very deadly at that, just like how Josh Ibanez recovers in that last sequence. Valera to serve. Dig up to Gloria. Returned.
Going to be a chance ball for UST.
Let's see what UST will do. Yambao goes up to the opposite side. Umandal with a soft touch. That off-speed works for Sherwin. Valera now serves for UST. Oh, that's an ace.
Sequence, so back to a 3-point lead for DLSU. UST is the one having problems in passing.
It's me against myself. Let's see if that would help in this set, because LaSalle is starting to take control as they lead by 5 now for that ace.
Golden Spikers, obviously.
Set up to Aiko from Avila. Hernandez. This is the UAAP Season 88 Men's Volleyball Tournament. LaSalle against UST. The second of your quadruple header volleyball Sunday. UST now trying to play catch up here and trims the lead as 5 here, but it's not a safe lead if you know the UST squad that you're up against. Regidor goes up to Ventura. That is going to be out, but there's a check right there. Regidor continues to serve. That push coming from Aiko finds a spot right in the middle.
2 for 2.
We go to Rui. On the other side, Yambao chooses Macam. Kept alive by LaSalle, but it won't stay up in the air. Yambao to serve. Picked up by Hernandez. Regidor goes up to Hernandez. Do they get a check? Yes, they do. They lead by 5 again. Yambao goes up to Umandal. That's off the hands of the blockers.
What a set from Dox Yambao. He was
Magalaman with that serve. Yambao goes up to Umandal. Umandal with an answer for Rui now serves. Pick up by Legaspi. Yambao going up to Ibanez. He's denied. Oh, nobody home for coverage for UST. Gloria to serve. Yambao goes up to the open. Push to the back. Flores chooses Gloria. Up top. Okay. Ball is still alive here. Chance for LaSalle. Let's see what Banjit will do. He goes to Isa Husseini.
That's the right decision.
Kim Malabunga, who of course we've seen in the national team previously. Also part of the King Crunchers in the Spikers turf. Hernandez denied, but that is a check out. That's going to be a point for LaSalle.
You want to force that reverse sweep.
Oh, they look locked in. Talking about LaSalle. Yambao going for that quick to Malabunga. Oh!
Even the second stringers of DLSU
to face an uphill battle.
This is the biggest lead established in all of our sets.
Yambao goes up to Ibanez from the back. He's denied. Macam will try, but a solid block from Magalaman. Let's look at that again. Magalaman just denying everything. And to the celebration of LaSalle. LaSalle is still alive here. Starts at number 4 with Yambao on the service line. We go to a quick to Magalaman. Aiko will adjust. Aiko has now been a staple here at the start of set number 4. They go up to Mendoza, who has replaced Ventura in the starting unit for the set. Valeria, who has been getting points in the early part of the set always, tried but is unable to get that one through. They go up to a combination play to Yoyong on the other side. Legaspi picks that one up. Chance ball coming from USC. Let's see what LaSalle will do. Regidor goes up to Gloria through the blockers. Legaspi was there. Ball is still alive. Chance LaSalle again. Let's see what they'll do. They go to Gloria. Soft touch. Kept alive by UST. Macam gives up the third ball. Regidor going to back row, and Hernandez gets the point.
Second player in double digits for LaSalle. He has picked up his game. It's under his belt.
1-point game. Yambao goes up to Ibanez. Ibanez gets that one through. Being favored by Lady Luck. Isa. Yambao goes up to that push from Ibanez.
Another smart push.
Was forced to call a timeout. Aiko to serve now. Picked up by Gloria. Let's see where Hidor will go. He goes up to Hernandez. That touches the floor. As we see,
there was no block touch.
That will be a captain ball. 3 points in this game. 12 excellent sets as well. They go up to Hernandez. That sails out. No check, says the referees. The rest are within 7 and below. 3 players with 7. 1 player with 4 points. Magalaman to serve. The push works for UST for their first win here in the UAAP Season 88 Men's Volleyball Tournament. They lost their opening matches.
Oh, what a kill from JJ Maka coming in hot. Yun yung advantage ng UST. You have 2 liberos.
Yes. 2 very efficient, very formidable liberos.
With
Look at
extension
that.
from Legazpi.
You see that? One hand. And a finisher in Josh Ibanez.
Again. Lasal.
Even tooling the blocker's hand as Ibanez serves that one from the back row. Hernandez getting that one through. The answer that LaSalle has been looking for. Husseini to serve. They go up to a back row play, and that works for Josh Ibanez and the rest of the Golden Spikers.
Josh Ibanez is just leading the charge for the Golden Spikers from the front to the back and even in the reset.
Hernandez off the blockers. LaSalle recovers.
That's his version of a head out.
Serve coming from Rui. Yambao going for that quick. He's denied. Talking about Valera, but there's a double contact there. 2 touches. Back to the ball game. It was an icing timeout there from Coach Oji Mamon as Yambao sets this up to Makam. That's what you want to see if you're Coach Oji. That is the 9th point. 20 points is Ibanez. Right behind him is Makam with 9. Valera with 8 and Umandal with 7. Yambao goes up to Ibanez, their top scorer. And what do you expect? Back to a 4-point lead for UST. Great recovery. Yambao goes to Aiko. Last minute. Makam 9 points in this game. That serve coming from JJ. On the other side, Gloria denied by Valera and Aiko.
We see now 3 points away.
And let's see how Banjit and the rest of LaSalle will be able to roll this out. That's an off pass. Yambao goes up to Aiko, who slides it through the block of Gloria. Yambao goes up to Ibanez. Oh, Isa! He's been quiet for quite some time. In this 4th set, that is the first point that he has in this set. Yambao goes up to Ibanez, full swing, but that's going to sail out. They're going to ask for a block touch. There's going to be a challenge asked here by UST. Okay.
There was a block touch on
Yes.
Isa Husseini. UST will win this in 4 sets to get win number 1 season 88 of the UAAP men's volleyball tournament.
Props to the sportsmanship that these two squads have shown.